Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellency, Ms. Ulfatmi Azlan, as the supporting lecturer for this lesson, sociolinguistic lesson. So, in here, I'm Lia Marliani Widya Putri from 6th semester of English Literature, exactly from B class. In here, I would like to describe about the analysis of language accent in Disney movie Raya and the Last Dragon, directed by Don Hall. So here we go. So the first about background of the research. In here, I think that Walt Disney Animation Studio and therefore are rewatched by a vast audience, especially children. For example, in the first quarter of 2016 alone, the Disney Channel from Walt Disney Corporation reached 4.6 million people just in the United Kingdom, broadcasting children's programming, including animated films, and also the way the media dips store field of the dips minorities has a strong influence on people's attitude to diversity, and constant exporters media's propaganda might shape individuals' beliefs, attitudes, and behavior towards minority groups of people. Also, animated films are likely to expose their audience to language ideologies such as one nation, only one language. And when building characters, they use preconceived ideas associated with the language spoken by ethnic and regional groups. And also in here, the study purposes to analyze the usage of accent in this movie released in US in 2021, Raya and the Last Dragon, and determine how this film may intend to raise awareness among second language teachers on how animated films can influence learners. Using accent as artistic device would not have had the same effect unless accent itself had an effect on the people, part of the theoretical framework this thesis built on. There are numerous attitudinal studies showing the importance of accents when listeners draw inference about the speakers. In this moment, I would like to tell you about the research question. The first research question is the three are there correlation between accent and also character? And the second is, has there been any this diachronic change in the use of accent? Then about the theoretical review about the language ideologies. We as speakers cannot avoid revealing clues about our background and what kind of person we are. And this information help people we are speaking with to form an opinion about us. But why don't we judge accent? And therefore also the speaker that this accent so very differently. Why is it still widely accepted to discriminate against people on the grounds of linguistic difference? Even if sociolinguists agree that accents are valued different by speaker, they also agree on one more fundamental issue, that these values are assigned in a completely arbitrary way. So in here, the research method that I use is first design of the research. In this research, the researcher used the qualitative descriptive method. This method suitable with the aim of the research. Qualitative research is tending to be used in analyzing. Then about source data. In this research, the writers takes the source data from Raya and the Last Dragon movies. Then about technique of data collection. In this research, the researcher used this technique to collect data as follows: read the synopsis, download the films, watch film repeatedly as often as possible, watch the movie carefully, pay attention in the every single scene in the film, collect data from the film and other sources that have correlation to the case like journal and the article from the internet, process and analysis the problem. Then about the technique of data analysis. After collecting the data, the writer analyzes the data in qualitative research. Technique of the data analysis is applied to answer the formulation problems. Book then states the suggests book that data analysis is the process of systematically researching and arranging the interview transcript, file notes, and material accumulate, increasing your own understanding of them and enable you to present what you have to discover to others. It means that analysis data was process of look for and aggregate the data that has been gotten. And then the writer has some step in analyzing the data in order to make this research more specific. The steps are: first, the writer identified the data that was the dialogue that was supported by the picture associated by the problem to be analyzed. The second is the writer classified dialogue and associate with problem that would be analyzed. The third is the writer began to analyze the problem. The fourth is the writer made a conclusion. So maybe that's all from me. Thank you very much for all your nice attention. Maybe that's all. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.